right, thanks so much. Welcome to Build. I'm your host, Ricky Camilleri. We have something really fun for you today. You loved our next guests as best friends on one of the funniest sitcoms of all time, Martin. And this weekend, you can see Tisha Campbell and Tichina Arnold together again when they host the Soul Train Awards.
I got first billing.
Let's take a look.
We're the hosts, okay? Yes, you need to fix this.
What's happening?
Look, they tried to give you the bigger dressing room.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, Tichina. Did you fix it?
Of course I did.
Okay.
This is the Soul Train Awards. This is about togetherness, soul sister.
Okay, you damn right.
Yeah.
Wait, Tichina, how'd you fix it?
I told them to give me the bigger room. Yeah. No, Tisha doesn't need air conditioning. She's part white. They don't get cold.
No, Tichina! I'm not white!
Everybody, please welcome Tichina Arnold and Tisha Campbell. Did you like that?
I got top billing. Thank you for the top billing, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Around. He knew what to do.
Guys, how excited are you for Tisha Campbell and Tichina Arnold?
And y'all, really, y'all gonna clap loud on that?
The two of you are so much fun. We were just downstairs shooting a video, and these two are so much fun. Some of the most fun guests we've ever
When
had.
someone says that, you know we really got on his nerves.
We must
No,
have.
please,
Because
God, no.
we take over, like, we've known each other since we were 11 and 12, so you have to understand, oh, by the way, I say 11 and 12 because she makes me, because she wants everybody to know that I'm older than her.
I'm younger.
How did the two of you meet?
On auditions.
Yeah.
She's from Newark. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, and
But I'm from the bricks. I'm from Newark.
yeah, it really.
Dang it.
You're not a part of the 5 boroughs, son.
Whatever.
So what had happened was, we would see each other on auditions all the time, and
At 11 and 12.
yeah,
And
it was very
the girls
competitive.
were really uptight.
Yeah,
and-
you know.
But we would always talk and so we just became friends, and it was really became about, like, look, if I don't get it, I want you to get it. So we were each other's cheerleaders.
And the first time you got cast together was Little Shop of Horrors, right?
Did we do other stuff? You know what? We were each other's understudies
No.
sometime.
I took over for
Mama, I Wanna Sing.
but I never actually did it.
Right, because
Yeah.
you got another job or something. So
And we didn't work together though, but we were going to
were gonna-
rehearse.
yeah.
But yeah,
together.
No. Actually, Little Shop of Horrors was the first one. Like,
Together.
that was a good question, because I'm like, wait a minute.
So yes,
worked before
the
Little Shop
answer
of
is yes.
And by the time that the two of you were doing that together, were you close friends at that point? Or did
yeah.
you just know each other from like auditions?
No.
We got closer though doing Little Shop
Yes,
of Horrors.
because it was cheaper to film in London. So we
So we
stayed in
lived
London
in
for
London.
8 months.
Wow.
Yeah, filming there.
So you got 2 young black kids, one from Newark, one from Queens. We used to go to Hyde Park and just make up dances. We'll be in Hyde Park.
We would. It was
All
so
we had
much
was
fun.
each other.
Yeah.
Because it was a cultural shock for us, and we used to sneak into clubs.
Because we ain't never been nowhere.
Can we write that? That sounds like a great movie. I want to see the movie of like 2
Our whole
young black
lives.
actresses being shipped off to London alone. That's amazing.
Okay, you got to give us credit for that, though.
I know.
You got to
Of
share
course,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the two of you get cast on Martin together. And did they know?
Well,
No, they
before?
didn't know. She was adamant
Yeah.
about them not knowing that
Well,
we
no,
were best friends.
Martin asked Tisha to do the role of Gina on Martin because they had just done House Party.
House Party and Boomerang
And
together.
Boomerang. So when he asked her, I was living with her at the time because I didn't quite move yet. I was giving LA a shot. I said,
She
I
was
wanna
there
see
for
how it
pilot
is.
season.
And I was actually up for 2 other pilots. And I didn't really want Martin. There was this other pilot that I really, really wanted. And
Can I
it
ask
didn't
what it
go.
was? Did it get
It was
picked
called
up?
Main Street. It never got picked up. Had it got picked up, I would not have done Martin.
You know, I had a series that was already picked up, and something got in me said, no,
don't
do this
do it.
one.
Wow.
So the series was already picked up. It was picked up for like 13 episodes.
That's crazy. Martin didn't even know I was staying with her at the time. So he came over to drop the script off to her, and talk about the show. And
You
I had
already
already
auditioned.
auditioned. I had already auditioned. And he walked in, he said, what are you? Y'all know each other? And I think he thought we set him up.
He must have, because the way Tichina got the role, you guys, is because this is what I heard from Martin. He said everybody was coming in. Hello, hi, I'm Tiffany. Sure, okay, are you ready to start? Tichina came in there like this. Y'all ready?
Because my brain was, because people don't realize Cam was originally written for a heavyset woman. She was the heavy, all the jokes were fat jokes, basically. And I was like, well, how am I gonna pull this off? Because obviously I'm not fat. But
Also, thankfully, that wasn't done.
Yeah, that
because-
thankfully
yeah.
wasn't, fat shamed and stuff.
Well, exactly. That's what I was a little off put by that. I was like, well, how am I? So I had to literally go into my auditions and do,
just be herself. And
But-
so then she became the
What do you bring-
ginger. I'm the Marianne. She became the ginger of the group. For those who don't know that, millennials and Gilligan's Island reference.
See, she's old.
Shut up.
She's old.
What was
She's
it like?
right on my heel.
What was it like with the two of you on set all the time as best friends? Like, I'm curious how often they had to be like, will the two of you please stop? We have to shoot.
Never.
Never.
Not on Martin. Martin, we came to work and laughed every day. Like, if you watch the show, you'll hear us laughing at each other's scenes, even if
No,
we're not.
the question was,
What?
did they have to calm us down?
Well, no, not really.
You know what? I would say this about Tichina and I. We are the most professional people you could ever want to work with. Right now, we had a lot of fun with you because we knew we could, but we are very professional. We come to work. We take what we do very seriously. And it was, we come from a very old school way of working. My grandmother used to tell me, you have to be extraordinary in order to be considered average. So that means you got to be extraordinary. And so we always came with our A game because back in the day, we were competing against some fierce women like Regina King, Vivica Fox. Who else did we go?
Even for Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, my gosh.
Frank Oz, he auditioned women around the world. He auditioned every
including
age group,
London.
every color, every creed. And I asked him, I was like, well, how did you get back to us? He said, because you girls bought something that nobody else bought. I think it was because we knew each other. We already had... we were synonymous.
We were
with
singing together.
I
Yeah.
knew Michelle Weeks. We went to school together. Tisha and I had already known each other.
Our chemistry was crazy.
So it was about the chemistry, and everything is always about chemistry, especially when you're working.
You said that every day on Martin, you guys were all laughing together, and I think when I
every
go
day.
back and watch episodes of Martin, it's one of the few sitcoms that you get the sense of that from, that everybody was having the best time and cracking each other up.
I don't watch myself, but my daughter, she like binge watched Martin one time. She was missing. I was like, baby, where are you? She's like, I was in the room. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I just watched Martin. Mom, you were really funny. And I was like, I told you I was funny.
Yeah. Our kids don't think we're funny
But
at all.
they don't think we're funny. But
No.
All you have to do is show them the weekend vacation episode with the rodent, and there's no way anybody
rat
cannot
puppy.
find
You know
that
what's
funny.
funny about
Rat
that
puppy.
episode? That particular episode, we were short. And which means basically we needed more time, so we had to fill it in. And so Martin was like, yo, just follow me. We got to extend this. Whatever I do, we just got to make it up. And I was like, okay. And so after there was a puppy in my room, we extended that thing until we got it to its nice 30 minutes.
Well, then you brought it back. I mean, that's why I started laughing, because you don't just do the joke once, you do it twice.
No, you
And
got to
the
do it
second time,
twice.
I
The
think it's like 7
ridiculousness
minutes
of that
long.
thing, rolling around on rollers. It didn't even look like anything,
Well,
like a puppy.
But doing Martin, we had a lot of amazing people behind the scenes as well.
did.
And Tim and Ray were our prop guys.
They were
And
great.
they came in when we had to do the show. They were like, okay, this episode, we have to have a rat, like a creature. And we looked at it, and they had it rolling on the ground and
Dumbest
stuff.
thing I have ever
But
seen
they
in my life, but it was so
loved it.
funny.
We were like, how are we supposed to act with a rat puppy? Like, you know what I mean?
You also told me something downstairs, and I want to get to the Soul Train Awards and the fact that you guys are producing this and what it was like hosting it. And just talking about one last Martin thing. You told me this downstairs, which I didn't know, that Bra Man from the 5th floor was an accident. That the
Yeah,
4
I don't
fingers.
think he meant to put his 4 fingers up, bruh man.
bruh
5th floor.
And we were in rehearsal. It was like, dude, that's 4 fingers. What are you doing?
That happened a lot. Like the writers would sit next to us at lunch just to overhear what we were talking about, and then they would write stuff in. Like, remember we were talking about nicknames one day, and I happened to say, yeah, people call me Applehead. And so then my head went from apple to the biggest head known to man to... So my head just... And then Tommy was complaining.
Yeah.
Remember Tommy was complaining because they were like, he's a thespian, Shakespearean actor, and Tommy was like, they don't know what I do. for a living. People always say, you guys just walk into the thing. You don't have the house. You don't have a key. You don't know what you do. They're not developing my character. So they was like, oh, we going to get his behind back.
We're not going to have no job.
Now he don't have no job. So every time we said, Tommy, you ain't got no job, man, he would be so mad.
Literally, Martin taught us how to think quick on our feet.
Yes.
Like the cameras would just roll, as you can tell. Like I would love like the studio audience. I would love to have like anybody that's been in our studio audience. When you came to our show, literally you watched a live play. Literally, it felt like Carol Burnett and Friends. That's how it felt to me. Like it was just camaraderie. It was just laughter at all times.
Yourself.
I'm not aging myself. I love
Calvin
Carol
and
Burnett.
Friends is pretty.
I love Carol Burnett.
I'm just saying. But when our goal, because Martin's show audiences were different than any other audience. Our goal, see, black people, we laugh like this.
And that's what you hear.
You can hear the rumble.
We would have to stop. Act.
Well, how do white audiences laugh?
Oh no, they clap. White people clap.
That was our goal, is to hear that rumble, that movement up in the stands, so that, we knew those were the right jokes, and we knew we were doing it right.
So the two of you are producers on this year's Soul Train Awards and hosts. How did that happen?
Jesse Collins Entertainment called me and was like, what do you think? You think Tichina will do it? I was like, I hope she does. So I sent a message to Tichina and her management, and they love the idea. Tichina and I are producing partners now. And so after all these years, we finally realized our strength together. And so we thought it would be a great idea. We got in there. We produced every segment. We produced every, the opening is crazy. Because, when we first talked about it, we thought about all of the openings that we've seen, even recently. And we didn't want it to be like, we are going to show off our talents. Today, you're going to see us dance. We didn't want that. We didn't want, dim the lights, ring the bell. We wanted people to see everything, but also incorporate our personalities. Right, T?
No, most definitely. And being in front of the camera for so many years, like, we've learned and absorbed so much in this industry. So to be able to allow, to have a platform to afford ourselves to be able to create and build other platforms for other people. The Soul Train opportunity was great for us because, you have Don Cornelius that started an amazing brand years and years ago. I think he was ahead of his time. Soul Train, everybody remembers when Soul Train was out. On Saturday morning, you got up and nobody changed that channel when Soul Train came on. So Soul Train, as a brand, bridged a lot of gaps for society, for culture. You woke up and saw, your favorite singer without buying a concert ticket. You woke
style.
up, you saw, I don't know the Asian woman. We got to bring up her name.
Yeah.
The one that had the long hair, remember her? You had Jodie Watley. You had so many people that if you go back and watch Soul Train right now, you're like, oh my God, that's Rosie Perez.
Yeah, she got
Perez, exactly.
Like where Spike saw her doing that dance at the beginning of Do the Right Thing.
Yeah. And she was doing that same dance on Soul Train. And
Soul Train has been a conduit for some amazing things. So
amazing
for us to be a part of the Soul Train brand and for us to be a part of Soul Train Awards and to usher in more of that legacy is just very humbling.
It's iconic.
But is this the first time, and forgive me for not knowing, is this the first time that you've co-hosted something together?
No.
Well, we co-hosted this thing on BET, for the, was it BET?
No, the NAACP.
It was the NAACP luncheon. It's not aired or anything because they never put us together.
They don't like putting us.
They don't even like for us to sit
when we
together
used to
at
go to award shows,
they don't trust us.
The executives that go, oh no, you sit over there.
No. Your seat is over there. Tichina, your seat is over there. No, sit down.
Why?
I don't know.
Because we still focus.
You think that's what it is?
You think, Tisha?
No, we can be loud sometimes.
So what has it been like? What has it been like for the two of you? You know, you have an award show. You're working with writers. You're creating bits, and you, as producers and hosts, are the ones saying, "No, that is us, and that is not us, and that is funny to us." And that is. What has that been like for the two
Who
of you?
can better tell your story than yourself? You know, we are part of this iconic brand, and we wanted to make sure that you weren't watching actors, or you weren't watching two people that love to sing and dance, and we've done it, and we use Soul Train to, you know, get our, it's not a
No, this is
platform
about
for us.
Soul Train.
We want to make sure that we represent this brand in a way that it's always been a part of our culture, and we want to make sure that the audience, the studio audience, and the audiences that are out in
watching
the
in the
homes,
TV.
that they're laughing, that they're engaged.
There's got to be a crazy feeling for the two of you as two women who've known each other since they were 11 and 12, and probably were watching Soul Train at that time, are now hosting it together.
It's crazy. It was crazy for us. It was, you know, it's an iconic moment for us because this is something that has been a part of us since we were kids, and then we had a responsibility too. I think that we wanted to make sure that as two people coming together, standing on that stage, that all generations were included.
But see how we're having a conversation. We're talking to a white man. Two black girls are talking to a white man about Soul Train.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
This is how impactful
Yes.
Soul Train was. So for us to be able to be a part of that.
I think in a lot of ways Martin was impactful like that as well. Like Martin was watched by a wide
International.
audience.
Not until later, though.
Really?
Let me
Not
tell
at
you,
first.
Martin did not know. We did not, like,
Honey,
literally, we had
remember some of
horrible-
the critics? Oh, Martin should be parting. All kinds of
Critics,
stuff
I mean,
they used to say
fuck
about it.
critics. But I mean, like, in the house that I grew up in, my family loved Martin.
It wasn't until it was syndicated. You were probably watching it when
We were watching it Fox Thursday nights, I
Okay,
remember.
so
There were people that watched.
Fox was a syndicated network back then. It wasn't a major
Wasn't a
network.
real network.
So, not a real network, but it was a syndicated network.
You know what I mean.
It was
I'm sorry.
And
I'm
wasn't-
sorry, MTV. I'm sorry.
Wasn't the lineup You Living Single in New York Undercover? That was the big Thursday night
That
lineup.
is
of
correct.
Fox,
There-
right?
We call it Black on the Block. Right? No, seriously.
And there was
Black on
9-year-old
the
white
block.
me just sitting there loving it.
So sweet.
Which is why we love show business. Tisha and I have done this so long because show business, for us, the business of show, has allowed us a platform to be able to speak to the world.
the world,
To be able
worldwide.
to communicate with the world. And this is why we need the arts. We need to be able
Yep.
to be a part of the things that we are a part of. So us producing is making sure that we keep the integrity of that.
Well, what can we expect from the two of you in terms of bringing those generations together
Well,
this weekend?
we made sure that we incorporated today's artists and yesterday's artists. You know, we did do a tribute to the 90s because people call us the queens of the 90s, but we're also queens of today, and we wanted to make sure that people really got that from us, that they really got a sense of, you know, Generation X, Y, millennials, Y. Generation X, Zs, millennials, and baby boomers all could have a feeling of being involved and really enjoy the Soul Train Awards. You know, we wanted to pay homage to some great artists, and we wanted to pay homage to great artists of today.
Can we pay homage to my name being top billed right there? I'm first billing right there.
Great artist.
Yeah,
My
I just want to point that out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah,
possibly because
Tichina
Top Bill, maybe
Arnold
the better art?
slash
No, I don't know.
Tisha
It's
Campbell.
the old school joke that we have because back in the day, like that meant a lot to people. Like you wanted to be top bill. That's what actors want. I want to be top billing. And now sometimes it's like last billing is important.
We don't even care.
We don't give a damn.
We're
It's
playing. We don't care.
It's about the work.
Really, for us, and the reason why our careers have been so long and vast is because we understand what we're doing. Our job as artists is to serve other people, is to serve you. It's not to serve ourselves. And so when you keep that in perspective, like that's the difference between a celebrity and an artist. A celebrity might feel like they're being served. We know that we are serving other people. And that's important to us. And knowing why you're doing this business, me and Tichina were always different because we were always doing it to help other people.
Show business is like your boyfriend, I always say. You know, when it's not feeding you, when it's not taking you out, when it's not saying how much he loves you, and when it's not giving you what you want, do you still love it? Are you still in love with it? So I say to people, whatever industry you're in, just love what you do.
That's right.
Because I want to wake up every day doing what I love. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And there are many people that don't. So we must not take that for granted. And I don't mean to bring the room down, but
You're not.
The reason
This is a
why
blessing.
no, but the reason why we can have so much fun is because Tisha and I are doing what we love doing.
Let's get some questions from our audience. I think we have time for 2. What do we got?
I have a question.
We'll come to you in just a second.
Hi, Tisha. Hi, Tichina.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that I'm enjoying your chemistry now, and I can see why you work so well together on TV. I wanted to ask, is there going to be any new things that you guys are going to do outside of Soul Train, but something, more long-term together on TV again?
Beautiful color you're wearing.
Thank
I love
you.
that
You
color.
look so pretty.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. You too.
That's how you suck up, Tichina.
No, I love that color. I'm into style. Go ahead, T, answer it.
No, we just created a production company called TNT Entertainment.
Okay, awesome.
So we're going to be doing things. Thank you so much. We're going to do a lot of things behind the scenes, creating a lot of content for other people as well as ourselves.
I'm going to have a podcast as well.
We are doing a podcast. It's going to be
listen to that
huge.
podcast.
Oh,
I'm
it'll be
excited
so
about
much fun.
that.
So the way we've set it up too, so that the sponsors aren't ridiculously turned off by us. The first half, we are going to keep it clean. The second half, we will announce, get your kids out the room.
Who the kids?
Okay, now it's time to,
Because we love being vulgar. We're vulgar.
It's the best.
I don't like it.
You do. It's in your spirit.
I love it too.
The Lord is working on my mouth.
He's been working on you for years.
Oh,
but it
dang.
ain't changing.
One more question, then we got to wrap it up. What do we got?
Hello, ladies. My name is Imani. I'm an esthetician. A question would be, for the internet era, what's a great way that you network?
For the internet, on the internet, how do we
No,
network?
off the internet, since we live in such an internet-based world nowadays.
Well, that's interesting because this is where I'm a little old school. My motto is, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. So whatever it is that you do and however way you communicate, just be pleasant, even when you don't feel like it. Yeah. Be pleasant until you can't do it anymore. Yeah.
Except
Because
in the bathroom.
You build.
Because that's really nasty.
When people,
I talk to everybody, but not in the bathroom. Oh, God, can I wash my hands?
But the internet, it's interesting because my daughter is a part of this new, she picked up the only reason why I'm on social media is because she picked up my phone at the age of 3. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play SpongeBob for her so she won't cry and drive me nuts. And this chick took her thumb with one hand and went straight to YouTube. I was petrified. I was like, well, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I have to learn this. That's when I got on. I was on MySpace. I still got a lot of MySpace followers. My MySpace was cracking. Damn that. They know what MySpace is.
Not with you right now, son.
These are all of her
By
MySpace
yourself.
followers here today.
Hello. And
I'm not with it.
so I learned social media. So because it's ever evolving,
Bring it back.
Continue to learn. Continue to learn yourself. That's an old woman saying. Continue to learn yourself. So learn how. Buy books. There's a great book that I hear that some man has out that he shows you how to do Instagram and how.
A man.
Yeah, it's a man.
Good luck on finding that.
No, but he has shows and all of that
She
stuff.
said outside of the internet.
Internet. No, internet.
Outside of the internet.
Yes, be nice to people. Just how you're talking to me. I'll remember you if you ever come back up to me and say, hey, could you
You know what it is?
It's engaged. You gotta be engaging.
You have to engage with people. I think that's really, getting out.
Build relationship.
Tichina and I are it's very important for us to talk to you guys. This was one of our favorite parts of the day, is being able to talk to you.
And we love AOL. I love AOL.
You suck
you.
up.
You can come back
That's a
anytime,
sucker.
Tichina.
I still have an AOL account. Hello. My primary
God
account
damn
is an AOL account.
I'm not messing with Tichina right now.
She's keeping our lights on, so I can't really argue with that. T, thank you so much for being here.
you for
I am
having me.
looking
Thank you.
forward to Sunday's award show so much. It is on BET, November 25th. Please
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. 7 Central Standard Time.
Problems.
Tisha and Tichina, give them a big round of applause. Let's hear it.